Good evening to all of you. Why? Because Dr. Lavagatai Garu is sitting here, your voice is last or what? I said good evening to all of you. Learn to express, at least today. Right? Learn to express. Okay? Nothing has been left to me. Thank God. Krishna Dev Rayalu did not speak before me. Otherwise, no matter would have been there for me to speak at all. Okay? So, Dr. Lavagatai Garu started from the day of his entry into the campus. And he did not stop there. He went beyond, Dr. Raghunathan's period and even beyond Professor PMV Rao's period also. He has already hinted internal people should qualify enough even to replace PMV Rao after PMV Rao. So that's what he has already hinted. See, that is what is the vision, that is what is the ability to forecast. Today, I shall not speak because I have spoken at length in the last executive council meeting about him. Right? And executive council members also have spoken. However, I shall pick up something very interesting from reflections in time, and I shall try to relate Dr. Raghunathan with whatever there have been. This is from reflections in time. Dr. Raghunathan, this goes like this. Are you willing? Are you willing to forget what you have done to other people and to remember what other people have done to you? Surely Raghunathan is not an exception at all for this. He is totally one who has the best credit for whatever others have done to him. Even today, whenever he comes to my office, he always tells me and he always remembers with reverence, with love, with affection, with gratitude, the way Dr. Lavagatai Garu would enquire him, particularly because at the time of joining he had a setback also. His mother had passed away, right? At that time, Dr. Lavagatai Garu would enquire him every day. Every day. That I know Dr. Lavagatai Garu used to do with me also. Even today he does. Dr. Lavagatai Garu, particularly recently also. That's what he remembers. So he does not tell what he has done to others, but he always remembers. In fact, this is one end. Of course, there is nothing great in narrating very high about our big people like Dr. Lavagatai Garu, but he also speaks about his lady assistant at home, Kanaka Garu, isn't it? Srimati Kanaka. He also talks about that lady. Now, she said that I shall take care of your wife, you please go to office. At the time recently when she had eye surgery. That's what is Dr. Raghunathan. So, Dr. Raghunathan, are you willing to forget what you have done for other people and to remember what other people have done for you? Perfect example. Next, are you willing? Are you willing to ignore what the world owes you and think what you owe to the world? Just now, Dr. Lavagatai Garu himself has exemplified. He is getting ready for next combat. So he doesn't think of himself. He wants to owe to the world. He has got the concern for stakeholders. He has got a love and care for non-teaching faculty. Particularly between teaching and non-teaching faculty, I definitely see that his love level is one notch above that of teaching faculty. He would always come to me, sir, these people do not have a formal structure. We should have a formal structure. And in fact, I have already told that you shall be the chairman of that committee, although you may not be in office, that you would be doing this. Okay? His love for non-teaching staff, He wants to bring a, structure for even non-teaching staff. And then what you can owe to the world. These 3 months you should have seen him. When he brought the letter to me that he wants to demit his office on April 30th, I said April 30th is far, far away. Why should I be worried? But then I was also careful. Within April 30th, he has got to do all these things. I had listed. But then he never, worried about that. He did everything, whatever I wanted. I wanted CAS to be completed. He worked hard. I wanted something else to be completed. He worked hard. He did everything. So, he never, can you ignore what the world owes you? Surely. And he always thought of what he could do for the world. Are you willing to put your rights in the background, your duties in the middle distance, and your chances to do a little more than your duty in the foreground? He always enjoyed doing the duties in the foreground. He was never worried about his rights. Never thought of his rights. He was not just duty bound. He was beyond duty bound. What can I do for others? Was only thing that he was thinking. Particularly, again I come back, increment and promotions for non-teaching staff was his concern, was his total concern. In fact, I used to always tell, sir, complete that of teaching faculty, immediately I got to take that of non-teaching faculty. He used to tell me that. Involvement during these 3 months was extraordinarily brilliant. So he never thought of any rights. He never spoke about his rights. He never even just was duty conscious, he was beyond duty conscious. So it was such a wonderful statement for him. Are you willing? Are you willing to see that your fellow men are just as real as you are, and try to look behind their faces into their hearts, hungry for you, hungry for joy? Are you willing to see that your fellow men are just as real as you are, and try to look behind their faces into their hearts, hungry for you? Naturally, you should see him. Recently, very recently, Dr. Lavugattai Garu recollected when Sita Ramanjaneyulu Reddy Garu met with an accident. You must have seen his agony. He was fish out of water. It was not only this incident. When an accident happens to a student, he would be the first one to run to DVC. And then he would immediately update me what has happened. He will be in the forefront as a true soldier. That's the excellent thing. That's what I have seen during calamities, during the disturbances. He would take up. And then, are you willing? Are you willing to own that probably the only good reason for your existence is not what you are going to get out of life, but what you are going to give to life. But what you are going to give to life. Naturally, have you seen him? I express my opinion very strongly. But he silences all his opinions very strongly. He silences everything very strongly, but he is firm in expressing as an administrator, but not personally. Not only that, I really agree with Professor M.S. Prasad Garu. At a higher level, it is not man management, it is matrix management. And in this institution, the matrix is more complicated matrix. He has got to be the centroid of a variable quadrilateral. It is not a fixed quadrilateral. Do you know who are the vertices of this variable quadrilateral? At least for me, two vertices are common, chancellor and chairman. But for you, you had a different chancellor, different chairman, different, vice chairman and vice chancellor. These four vertices of a quadrilateral, and this is not a fixed quadrilateral. Edges keep on changing, angles keep on changing between the edges, and the opinions keep on changing, things keep on changing, moods keep on changing, everything. And he has got to hold this quadrilateral. I agree with Professor M.Y.S. Prasad when he mentioned that it has got to be matrix management. It is not matrix management, it is a volatile quadrilateral management, which he did it very, very effectively. I think kudos to him, right? So, this is where, are you willing to own that probably the only good reason for your existence is not what you are going to get out of life, you never cared about it, because you are a soldier, you knew that after all one day I have got to give my life for the country and for the nation wherever you are working, but what you are going to give to life, that's what you did. That's how you very well managed. Are you willing? Are you willing to close your book of complaints, to close your book of complaints against the management of the universe? Not against the management of this institution, against the management of the universe. You did it, and to look around for a place where you can sow a few seeds of happiness. Why few seeds of happiness? You have seen how Dr. Lavagatte Garu had been so happy. It is not few seeds of happiness. He has sown several seeds of happiness, and that is what is Dr. Lavagatte Garu. Well then, in reflections of time, after all these are listed, there is last line, a punch line, which tells, are you willing to do these things even for a day? It is for a common man like me. But for a great man like Dr. Raghunadhan, Commodore Dr. Raghunadhan, it is a very inappropriate line. Are you willing to do these things even for a day? Yeah, even for a day, but that day is every day. That is always the difference. That is right, appropriate, even for a day, even for this day and this day and this day, because every next day becomes this day for him. That's what he did. Then what is the success story behind him? The success story behind him, when I was reading Reflections of Time, I wanted to understand how we could be able to fill up all this. I could write down a lot of things. Of course, I did write down when I was in the aeroplane just yesterday. When I was traveling in the aeroplane, I thought I should think about this gentleman, okay? His philosophy is very simple. This again I have picked up from Reflections of Time. It is lovely to be great, but greater to be lovely. He chose the second one. It is lovely to be great, but greater to be lovely. He chose the second one, but greater to be lovely. It is good to be rich. Rich doesn't mean money-wise. It is good to be rich, but richer to be good. He chose the second one, but richer to be good. Right? He is good at heart, but he is richer to be good. It is nice to be wise. It is definitely nice to be wise, but wiser to be nice. He chose the second one, but I wanted to be wiser to remain nice, but wiser to be nice. It is wonderful to be served. Naturally, I am Registrar, I am Vice Chancellor, I should be served. Right? It is wonderful to be served. One would definitely enjoy, but more wonderful to serve. This is what he did. He forgot that he was a registrar. He wanted to serve people. He wanted to serve the institution, because for him service was the most important thing. Right? It is wonderful to be served, but more wonderful to serve. It is nice to be loved, naturally, but nicer to love. It is better to love. He loved everybody. It is good to talk. It is definitely good to talk. But you were a symbolic, iconic representation of, you are good to talk. You are good in talking, more so, but better to listen. He did it. I am sure that is why his personal life is always so good, But madam went on talking, he went on listening. Right? And now he will become totally silent because all the time she has got, all 24 hours she has got. Right? Now behind the success of this man is not this man. Obviously, the culture laid down by his parents. Behind the success of this man is not just this man, the heritage created by his parents. And then behind the success of this man is a woman, only woman. And that only woman is his wife. And behind the success, in fact, you have got to hear, Dr. Madam Rama, you may not be knowing how much love he has got for you, because particularly he was telling when he was in Kerala, you were all alone somewhere with your high school going children. He used to tell, and I was wondering whether the eye drops would, whether the tears would drop from his eyes. So he has such an affection for you. So behind that cloud, that silver lining is yours. Behind that rain-bringing cloud, that silver line of that cloud is yourself. And that's the greatest philosophy. And when such a cultural pair is there, naturally the children also have brought such a great grace to him that at this age he could dedicate himself for Vignan, because he made Vignan as his only destination, and he, in fact, these 10, 11 years, he has served Vignan so very well. Right? Thank you very much for such a patient hearing. I think that deserves a standing ovation to him. All of you should stand, and all of you. Thank you very, very much.